Hi, I'm Ben McDonald with Beer Artisan, and I'm here today in Rochester. Today we're going to be talking with Genesee Brewing and also Rock Beer. So what the 585 Brewers Club is, it's actually named after the Rochester area code. And it's just a way for all the local brewers or professionals to get together. They're all neighbors anyway, and just, become friends.
Probably the biggest thing the 585 Brewers has done for the community is really kind of congeal all the brewers together as one cohesive unit.
Some of us make beers that other ones don't make. And it's nice to know what's coming up from other breweries, so we're not oversaturating one type of beer.
A lot of collaborations have come out of this meeting. We've seen the quality of Rochester beer go up, and I think that's all of us pooling all of our energies together.
And we really want to help each other succeed, as opposed to figuring out ways to help each other fail.
Good to see you. Good to see you, man. You really have a good name in the city with the beers you're making. Tell us about when you started with the homebrew kit and become one of the most celebrated local breweries in Rochester.
So we've had quite the growth over the last 6 years that we've been here, and we opened in June of 2011. Before that, in May of 2009, we started homebrew. Just a friend out of college and my mom, Patty, went and bought us a homebrew kit, and it kind of stumbled into brewing all the time and taking over the house, and let's make a brewery out of this. This is our production facility. So we have 3 7s and 3 15 barrel fermenters, and we can do, depending on what we're brewing, upwards of about 1,200 barrels a year right now on this footprint.
Is there anything special that you guys do with your ingredients that you feel help contribute to the beer you make?
Quality ingredients makes quality beer. But for us, it's really all over the world that we get our grains and our hops. Just kind of depends on what we need and what we're trying to do with the beer.
Rochester has been hailed as being a city with some of the best water. So does that contribute, you feel, to the beer?
It's phenomenal. It is very clean. It's some of the best in the world. And the other great part is there's 20% of the world's fresh water in our region. Because if you talk about the Great Lakes and all the Finger Lakes and all of that, I mean, we are very lucky to have the water resources we have here.
You have a lot of beers here that you offer. Can you tell us about some of your favorites?
Our #1 seller is obviously Wabass Double IPA. Really nice citrus forward hops, just floral, juicy, a nice bitterness that's really well balanced with a malt backbone. At 8.5%, it's a big beer.
Got the love opening up a can of Wabass. I am excited about this.
Yeah, gotta love the color of it. It's a kettle sour with blood orange and cranberry puree put in after fermentation. And then as it goes, the complexity and layers of the actual fruit start to come through and the base beer.
So you also started up the 585, which is the area code here.
Yep.
The 585 Brewers Club. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
The 585 Brewers, and the thing I push about it the most, wasn't designed in any way to help business, help. It was really designed for just get together and be friends, and in that same thought, it has grown into a point where we help promote and build up this community and show that it's a great community working together to help each other.
I just wanted to come out here because one thing I remember is when I first came in here, I just fell in love with, besides the location, just how your place seemed to just blend in with the buildings and how it's designed.
It's a place where people come in and have a great time, and they stay and they experience the beer. You can sit here and play board games all night and drink some beers and make some new friends. I mean, all the time people are creating new relationships and friendships here. It's always a great experience here
for you to really see what craft beer is about.
Definitely, you guys are doing a lot of cool stuff, but we'll be staying in touch and keeping track of what you guys are doing here.
Great, great. Well, hey, thank you very much. Always a pleasure, my friend.
Thank you. What's special and unique about this area is that it's connected to the canal, which actually powered a lot of breweries right here in Rochester. One of those breweries is still standing here today, which is the Genesee Brewing Company.
Ben, what's up?
How you doing, Ben?
How you doing, brother? Dude, good to see you.
You guys have been doing a lot of really cool beer.
Thanks.
What's happening so far?
So we are doing all kind of cool stuff. As you know, I mean, Genesee is the oldest brewery in New York State. We've been around since 1878. And about 5 years ago, we added the pilot brewery, which is a 20-barrel system, which I installed and been running ever since, cranking out real kind of cool craft beer. Dude, welcome to my house. So this is my playground, right? It's like Mad Little Scientist, 20-barrel system, really kind of cool. And depending on the type of beer I'm brewing, if it's a nice historical Munich Dunkel, right? I'll download that water report from that area in Germany, in Munich, and actually replicate that water here in the hot liquor tank. As you can see behind me, I mean, there's only 4 fermenters, right? So I can only have 4 batches going at any point in one time. We are going to expand that here in the near future, but all this is consumed here on the premises. This is where now the cooled wort and it's oxygenated wort, where we add our yeast, right? And like any other brewer, right, we're really proud of our yeast. And this is the yeast that Genesee has had since 1878, right? So I made a Mosaic cream ale. I've got a German style Kolsch that's in there. It's a light, really kind of malty, kind of balanced beer. This to me is where beer tastes best. Here, smell this. Then the next fermenter over, rye double bock, right? Look at that color. Almost, you know, like almost red. So we talk about, you know, passion and what drives me, and it's just, you know what drives me? Having fun. And I have the best job there is.
Michelangelo beer.
Yeah, I don't know about all that.
I want to taste some of the awesomeness that you guys have on this week.
Sweet. Everybody comes in and has a cream ale, so we're going to hit you with one of those. Cream ale's been around the longest. It's definitely one of the iconic beers that you think of when you think of Genesee. You know, smooth and creamy and a little sweet. Most everybody today, that's the beer that they can most recognize. Really neat, got great aroma. Really, you know, it smells creamy, which is really cool.
And this is one of your big award winners.
Yeah, GABF medals twice, I forget, in the 80s. Genesee Bock, which is, again, you know, one of our seasonal releases, sells out every single year. Cheers, man, this is really good. Malty, you know, rich, traditional, tons of Munich malt, Hallertau hops, really, really nice. But I could probably drink 20 of these,
I know,
you know?
that's the problem, right?
Yeah, that's the problem. One of my absolute favorite beers, sticking with our Genesee tradition, is a Munich Dunkel. You know, great color, right? I mean, you know, dark Munich malt, beautiful, like a deep garnet red, you know, almost black when you get it in the shade.
Thanks, Dean. Can we go check out the rest
Yeah,
of the
man, let's go.
This is such a historic view of the city of Rochester, the canal. I mean, all these numerous buildings just all around, and Genesee is right in the middle of it.
It is so cool to have this as a destination for people to come in and get exposed to Rochester and find out what Rochester is all about. We've got tons and tons and tons of history in Rochester that Rochesterians just love to share.
Yeah.
Along with beer.
Speaking of that, beer, food, let's go.
Beer, food, let's go. It's really beer oriented and focused. We've got some cool items, our Bavarian pretzels. We've got our homemade beer mustard, and the newest is a Scotch ale peanut butter sauce. Light, crisp, airy, tons of flavor. So then we have a pulled pork sandwich. Absolutely delicious. We're making a mess, but that's okay. So when you're done with all this fabulous food, we cut the chefs loose, and what did they make? A Scotch ale chocolate brownie.
It looks like go to jail decadence.
It does, and you know, it's a really awesome way to end a great meal here at the Genesee Brew House with awesome food, awesome beer, and great company.